Yesterday, Mr. Arthur Donovan, aged 88, was buried in his native town of Cottenham. Thousands of people flocked to the funeral of the man who came to be called the Limbless Wonder, for a wonder he really was. Although born with only 2 little stumps for arms and without legs at all, Donovan became one of the most extraordinary men of his generation. We asked a lifelong friend who attended the funeral to give us more information about this remarkable man, whose physical deficiencies would have seemed to most people insuperable obstacles to a normal life.
How well did you know Mr. Donovan?
Oh, very well. We sat together on the same school bench. Well, on the rare occasions he bothered to turn up, that is.
What do you mean?
Oh, school was for Arthur just a pastime, you know. By the age of 6, he had taught himself to write by holding a pen between his teeth. He knew Latin and had read several Latin authors by the time he went to school. He also learned Arabic from a servant.
He seems to have been a very versatile person.
Yes, he not only had a brilliant mind, but was possessed of unlimited courage. Nothing was too hard or too difficult to attain once he had set his mind on it. At 8, for example, he was one of the ablest horse riders in the whole of England.
Without legs?
Yes, he was equipped with a specially designed chair-like saddle, and he maintained his hold by gripping the reins in his arm stumps, which could just meet across his chest.
I heard he also travelled a lot.
Yes, he made several trips through the Middle East and the Far East. I joined him on one of these expeditions. It's just unbelievable the things that happened.
Yes, so I've heard.
Several times Arthur had narrow escapes from death. Once he fell between 2 boats and nearly drowned. Another time his mule slipped and plunged over the edge of a steep cliff. It was killed instantly.
And Mr. Donovan?
Oh, his fall was checked by a protruding bush. It took us half an hour to haul him up. He just grinned and said, "Pooh, I dare say it wouldn't have been a painful death."
He was also a member of Parliament, wasn't he?
Yes, for 14 years, until his health started to fail.
That's when he resigned and became a skilled yachtsman.
Yes, he built a 130-ton schooner called the Eva. For several successive winters, he took his wife on cruises in the Mediterranean. Last month, he was still sailing off the Dutch coast when illness obliged him to return to London. This time, there was nothing the doctors could do for him.
Thank you very much for talking to us about Mr. Donovan, a truly remarkable man who died yesterday at the age of 88.